Hey everybody, it's Brian Haskins, and we're back again for another video where I'm going to share with you exactly how to reverse engineer our market demand. So this week I've been putting together an entire series of how to help you find more motivated sellers, how to get in front of better opportunities for 2025. Most gurus are just going to tell you that you need to do more marketing, but that's not always going to be the fix. The way that we supercharge our marketing and have it actually work better for us is to understand our market and to understand what the market demand is. So in the first video, which was yesterday, which was step one, we outlined exactly how we find buyers in our market. Now today what I'm going to do is show with you exactly how to reverse engineer what our market demand is. So there's two things we look for when it comes to buyers. First, we want to identify all the sold properties in our area that are investors that are buying properties. Second thing we want to look for is identifying specifically the people that are buying multiple properties on a monthly basis. Third thing is identify the people that are paying the most for properties. Those are going to be the types of buyers that we want to work with because they're going to be the ones that are going to pay more for our deal, which is going to allow us to get more offers accepted. It's also going to allow us to be able to sell those properties for a higher profit. So once we identify who those buyers are we want to sell to, and again, the reason why we do this is because we are in complete control over our outcomes in our business whenever we control who we sell our properties to. So to do that, we want to look back at the last 25 or 30 properties they bought, understand what our market demand is, what they want to buy more of, because buyers are creatures of habit. This is what's going to tell us our demand. They want to buy more of what's working for them. So what do we look for whenever we're trying to find our market demand? Well, we want to see exactly what neighborhoods are they buying in, what zip codes are they buying in, what types of properties, single family, multifamily, how many bedrooms, how many bathrooms, what's the square footage, what's the price point, what's the year built, what did they pay? Those are all things that once we understand, we can then take our market and instead of going after 100% of our market and just throwing a bunch of marketing out there to see what sticks, we're going to be able to identify in step 3 our pre-sold properties. So these are the exact properties that our buyers want. So the way that we find that is really simple. We go back into our spreadsheet. So this is our spreadsheet from yesterday. And we come in here where our owner last name is. So one of the first things we want to do, obviously, is we want to come in here and click sort and filter. This is going to group our buyers together. And we basically just want to see who our duplicate buyers are. So as we scroll down here, we're going to see these are the buyers that we want to work with. So anybody that's not buying properties, duplicate properties, we want to just go ahead and remove those. So let's come down here. Obviously, it's going to take a while for me to do that. But if I come in here and just identify our duplicate buyers, so anybody that's buying more than one property during that short time frame, this was only like 1 month or something like that, we're going to wind up with a list of what we call just our duplicate buyers. And we can see as we scroll through here, there's a ton of people that are duplicate buyers. And then the second thing we want to look for is identify the buyers that are paying the most. So how do we do that? It's really simple. All right. So we can see right here our last sale amount, and then we can see our estimated value. Now, if you're in an area where there's a non-disclosure state, you may have some issues. Now, the reason why we see some zeros here on some of these is because a lot of this information was within the last 30 days, so some of it's not reported. But you may have some stuff here that is also not reported if you're in a non-disclosure state. But we can see that this person paid above retail. We can see this person paid pretty much at retail, above retail. Scroll down here a little bit. We can see here a lot of these buyers are paying at or above retail for properties, and some aren't. So what we want to do is identify the buyers that are paying the most, and we just need 3 or 5 of these buyers. So if we can see here, this company here, they bought a lot of properties. Let's say that they bought and are paying the most in our area. We would want to identify and look back at what they're buying to help us understand what the market demand is. So we can see what zip codes they're buying in. We can see everything about the properties. We can do this manually, so we can come through here and we can look and see, okay, all the bedrooms, all the bathrooms, what's the square footage. And again, this is not going to be that much work because we're only going to do it for 3 to 5 buyers. Now, for those of you that are working with me in my mentorship, or if you want to find out about working with me, there's a lot of tools that I utilize with my students that help them automate and streamline the process. So if we come in here and let me open up the file that we're working on right now, public export right here. I have a tool right here that's going to do all that manual lifting for us. So help us identify what our market demand is. So what we do is we come in here and I can just map out the zip codes. I can map out the owner last name. I can map out our building square feet. I can map out our year built. And then our last sale amount. And it's going to sort all that information for us. So now we know where our demand is. We can see that these zip codes have the highest amount of investor bought properties, this one being almost double. So that's really important for us. We can also see here, these are the companies that bought the most amount of properties during that 1 month time frame. We can see what kinds of properties they're buying. So it looks like they're wanting to buy kind of, properties 500 to 1,500 square foot plus, and it looks like they're buying older properties, 1901 to 1970. And we can see what they're paying for those properties. So what this does for us is this helps us identify what our market demand is. So we can go through, we can sort this list and identify where they're buying, and what they're paying, or we can utilize simple tools to be able to do that for us. So that's exactly what we want to do in this video. Is now we have basically identified who the buyers are in our market. So that was step one. Step two, now we've just reverse engineered our market demand. So understanding where they're buying, and what they want to buy more of. And then in step three, I'm going to show you exactly how to find what's called pre-sold property. So how to take this information of what these buyers are buying and use that to be a lot more strategic with our marketing. Because if we don't have to target 100% of our market and we can just focus on 10 or 15% of the market, your marketing efforts become far more effective. You're able to be very strategic in who we reach out to, and that's exactly what we want to do. All the information is there for us. We can now use that to become better wholesalers, dial in our marketing strategy, so then that way, when we actually pull a list, we know exactly who to go after, what strategies are going to work best for us, and that's the way to build a strategic business. So I really hope you enjoyed this information. I've got, again, another step tomorrow, and then we're going to talk about marketing strategies, which ones are going to be the best fit for each of you. Because, again, most people think that they just need to focus on marketing, but if you're marketing to the wrong people, your marketing's not going to work. We've got to fix it. That's what I want to teach you how to do this week, is to become stronger at your wholesaling business so you can get in front of better opportunities for 2025. So again, thank you so much for joining me for this video. If you want to find out more about working with me, reach out. I am working with some people kind of on a one-on-one basis right now. Be more than happy to help set this up so that way you can be a lot more strategic in your marketing as well.